Ahoy! I straightened up from loading split logs into a wheelbarrow, grateful for the break. The Flittermouse, Quentin Tupper's sleek racing sailboat, glided into our dock. "Give me a hand here," he shouted. I ran over to take the lines. "To what do I owe the honor?" "I was out sailing. Thought I'd drop in." In June, Quentin had saved the Snowden Family Clambake by paying off our bank loan and becoming an investor in our business. He owned a house on West Claw Point, directly across the Narrows from Morro Island, and he knew if our business went under, our island would be sold and developed. As a classics major in college, Quentin had developed a tiny piece of computer code that was licensed and embedded in a ubiquitous operating system in every application it ran. The resulting royalties had made him rich beyond most people's dreams. He spent his life studiously avoiding all connections and obligations. Unlike the other rich people I knew, he served on no boards of companies, schools, or charities. He didn't collect art or stamps or celebrities. He answered to no one. True to his word, he'd been a completely silent partner in the Clambake Company during the long, busy days of the summer. But now that things had slowed down, he'd taken to dropping by. "Want lunch?" I asked. "Don't mind if I do." I wheeled the firewood to the deck of the house where Quentin helped me unload it. Inside the pine kitchen, I put bacon on to fry and took a juicy tomato off the windowsill. The last spoils of summer. My sister Livy was the gardener, not me, and I was aware I was reaping the final rewards of her hard work. Quentin sat at the table. Through the big kitchen windows behind him, the Atlantic Ocean stretched to the horizon. Despite his carefully constructed life, I sensed he sometimes craved company. He'd accepted me as a peer from the beginning, and an odd friendship had developed. I'd been away from Busman's Harbor since junior high myself and had no group of town friends to fall back on. If you didn't count my boyfriend Chris and my extended family, Quentin was my closest friend in Busman's Harbor. "I looked at the apartment over Gleason's Hardware this morning," I told him. He shook his head. "That's not right for you." Quentin had opinions about everything, and no inhibitions about expressing them. I wondered if he'd always been that way, or if he'd started losing the social skills when his ever-increasing fortune had allowed him to withdraw from other people. I assembled our BLTs and put one on a plate in front of him along with a glass of iced tea, another symbol of the now-gone summer. "Why not write?" I asked as I sat down. He waved me off. He'd taken a bite of sandwich and his mouth was full. Summer had been kind to Quentin. It had lightened his dark blonde hair, and he was tanned as only the leisure class or the most determined tanning booth bunny could be.